Hello YouTube, this is Dawn from DaretoBeCreative. How you awesome people doing today? I am here with some old haul stuff that I have just not posted, which is not a lot, but anyway, I did just want to post it because I had a zine that I also wanted to share, and I figured I'd mix it all together and I will show you what I did. So anyway, a couple Dollar Tree items. This was just a little hanging organizer tray for $1. You can put some pencils and stuff like that in it. You know, came with the screws and stuff. I had the screws sitting on the side. But anyway, that was one of the things that I got. Thought maybe this might be something my grandson can use, but I don't know. Anyway, and then I just got some little scrunchies because it's hot out here walking, boy. And then from the Dollar Tree, I also got, these were on clearance for like 25 cents. And you can't beat that. It's 2022, but 25 cents. So, yeah, this butterfly and this blossom pack. And the reason why I like these is because I fussy cut them out. I used them in mixed media. You've seen me use my Julie Nutting dolls over top of these and make backgrounds in my art journal. So just different things you can use it for. When you ever need a large flower, piece of flower, color, you can cut these up for mosaic and make just backgrounds. So yeah, two calendars for that price. Same thing with the landscape. So it just gives you some diversity of color. Look at that, beautiful. So that's why I get these. So wasn't bad for 25 cents each. Then from Michael's, just got some ATG tape and some tumble glue. And they had at Walmart some, this was from the Dollar Tree. And then I got this, which I already showed that, I think, yeah. This was from Walmart. These were on clearance. I just wanted the colors. I like the colors. So I thought I could do something mixed media with those as well, because you know I love black and red. Boom, boom, they're my colors. I just think it's like a nice combination to use this napkin on iCat, HEC, something like that. So that was my vision for those. So I don't need any more napkins. God knows I don't. No. The other thing I got from Michael's was, you know, they had the paper on sale a few weeks ago. So I just got the natural, which I wish the natural didn't have the linen touch. They don't have it plain. And I don't know if you paid attention, but they have the 60 pack for $19.99 and they have the 100 pack for $19.99. Same weight, 65 pounds. But, you know, you have to look and find the 100 sheets for the same exact price as the 60 sheets. And they're always on the opposite side, so most people don't pay attention. They think the 100 sheet is more economical to get the 100 sheets, obviously, for the same price. But they never had the natural in that. But anyway, and they didn't have any of these anymore. They had the multiple pack colors. I wanted just a solid color. So I got the red, the cotton candy, and the verde. Those 3 packs. And you may see new Novo on it as far as the 100 packs. It's the same colors, and they're still charging you same price. So it's better to get the 100 pack of the 12 by 12 for $19.99 if you can, versus getting the 60 pack for $19.99, or even the 25 pack for $6.99. It comes out cheaper that way. But I really did that just because I wanted to have some introduction to doing my zine. So I went to the library because I saw that they were having zines, and I saw that they were doing a scrapbook night. So I missed the scrapbook night because we were working out of town that day, and then traffic getting home, so I couldn't make it. So I said, well, I will go to the zine. And of course, zine is short for magazine, and I've talked about that before in some of my zine videos, which I learned how to make in high school some couple years ago when I was in high school. Anyway, so the lady there, the librarian, she was another lady that came to, oh my gosh, I just forgot her name. So it was a couple weeks ago, because it's the 4th of July weekend. So if you hear the firecrackers going off in the background, that's what that noise is. It's not drive-bys. It's fireworks. Anyway, I said I was going to make this video, and I've been waiting, hadn't made it yet. So if you're watching, hello. Sorry it took me so long to make this video, but I was waiting to try to have something to do with the zine, since I didn't think it would take a lot of time. But she had a little zine, what a zine was, about making a zine. What have you got yourself into? And then the contents of a zine mystery bag, the intro, return envelope, blank zine pages, and a whole mess of random stuff. How does a zine work? Our zine is going to be a little different since it is a collaborative project. So usually what they do is whomever shows up, they can make a zine collectively together. Rather than writing a whole zine yourself, your pages will be added with others to create your library zine, the library zine. Once you've collected your bag of supplies, you can use the blank cardstock pages to create your entries for the library zine. And so she had printed it upside down, so I was trying to give her some tips on like how to print it, you know. But anyway, she talked about it. So of course this was the library, so of course it's not necessarily scrapbook focus or, you know, artsy kind of focus, but zines are really, you know, they can be sold. People sell zines because it's a miniature work of art. It's a miniature magazine. It could be, which is really like a miniature booklet. So we talked about it. And so the other lady that was there, she's never made a zine before. And so she showed us, the librarian showed us, young girl showed us some of the stuff that previous people have made on the previous month. So they only do it once a month. So I told her I'd come back again. And I had my book, my binder, and I showed her some of my zines. And so she asked me to participate in one that they have coming up in a neighboring city. And actually it was so funny because they end up inboxing me on Instagram and asking me to participate. So in July, I think it's the 22nd, but anyway, they have, I didn't know this, but we had in our area an actual zine fest, which I know I've watched on YouTube. Like I've seen them in London, and I've seen them in up north. I've seen some zines festivals, and so a lot of people use these zines. They have photography pages on them. They have their poetry on them. A lot of artists, you know, if you're into Comic-Con stuff, you know, they draw their characters and make their profiles and all those kind of things. Of course, you know, us in the scrapbook paper crafting world, we do it differently, you know. And of course, if you watch my channel, you're familiar with some of the zines that I've done in the style that a lot of people do. And I talked about how we layer our zines and we Xerox them so that you can see the dimension and the texture. Well, the library Xerox them as well, and then they bind them with what we would do like our cinch. They use like a cinch binding, the plastic corals, and they make a booklet, or they make one together. So we were offered some old out-of-date books, which was kind of funny because it was one about how to please your man from the late 50s or 60s, you know, like giving him a newspaper when he walks in the door. Don't ask him a lot of questions, let him, you know, breathe and all this kind of stuff. So it's just kind of interesting. So there were different ways to do some literary zines, and I'm just mentioning them in case anybody wants to do some, which was kind of fun. Like you can tear up the text and, you know, make a poem out of it, or make a message out of the text from the different old books that we were allowed to use to rip up. That was one way. Or you could do a blackout, so you could black out all the text and leave certain words open, unblacked out, that makes a message. You could take the pictures, the magazines, and use it as inspiration. She had a card box from teaching you nouns. It was probably an kindergarten, or preschool box of pictures, black and white pictures from the 60s and 70s maybe. At the station wagon, had all of these old products and stuff, and you know, just one picture on it, and then on the back it would have the word, what it was, and tell you if it was a noun or a verb or whatever, which I love my thing. I'll take it back, it wasn't any verbs, it was all nouns. So you could use those as inspiration. So I made one. We spent most of the time talking, which was really nice, and just because it was just the three of us, and we just kind of talked and everything. And she showed us some stuff that they'd done before. Like I said, that was just some of the ideas that they made. Let's try to see if there's anything else up here. So they talked about the bag, the free stuff, because this was just stuff nice. If she needed anything, I would be more than willing to donate some items, some punches, some magazines, books, and all that stuff, because I have stuff like that I could donate. So they talked about after they glued them together, because they gave us glue and googly eyes and markers, that she was going to Xerox them for us. So I will show you what I made. And again, this is what the supplies that I had on hand. And so I just made do. And I tried to make a little story out of mine because, you know, that's all I could do. But she Xeroxed it, but I didn't make a copy. So this is a pretty flat zine. But while I was there, the book that was closest to me was a book about Garfield. Now, I actually glued it backwards. But anyway, so my G starts on this page instead of on this page. But anyway, so it says, what's this little handle for? And of course, they're inside of a car. And so this picture back here of a station wagon was the picture of the nouns that you're supposed to learn. And it said station wagon. So I just cut it out because it matched Garfield. And that's the letter G. So all the letters are going to spell his name out because I cut it out from this Garfield book. And this says my steak. And then there was a picture of a steak. And he has a steak. Again, this is by Jim Davies. Jim Davies is, you know, Garfield. And this is and he's looking in the refrigerator. So I put a refrigerator, and it just happens to start with the letter R. That was just coincidental. And then F, there's Crazy Uncle Ed, and he's looking at a photo album. I actually glued down the wrong page. I thought that was a cookbook, but it's a book. So that's a book, Betty Crocker, from the 70s, I guess. That book cover looks familiar, but maybe just because I'm used to seeing Betty Crocker's cookbook like that. Then the next one is I, and this one is you weigh 12 pounds, so that's a scale, and there's a picture of a scale. And then this was E, and he's trying to get the, using the, oh my gosh, what do you call the thing, the fireplace thing, you blow the air for the fireplace. He's going to go to a mouse hole with a piece of cheese. So I had a Cracker Barrel cheddar cheese, so I used that Kraft cheese there. And then the L with some cookies, and he's trying to swallow some cookies. And here's some sugar cookies. It looks like a plain cookies. And then here's a toaster, and he's got jam and a toaster and a cup of coffee. So that was my zine. Like I said, we spent our time talking. This was in the middle of June, 2 weeks ago. But anyway, so yeah. But I just thought it was fun to do something at the local library and to do some art with them. And again, a different type of art. So the next time, if I get the opportunity to go back in July, I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to do more of a literary with the words and maybe black it out or something. Or maybe do something collectively. So anyway, that was kind of fun to do that. And I am going to be on the lookout for maybe our zines and attend it. Although I would say that it will, I know zine festivals don't tend to be as much of the paper craft kind like ours are. They're more, like I said, pieces of artwork that people or literary works that people are trying to sell. But who knows, maybe I can go and do a different version of one and do the kind that I already have on stash, which is, you know, scrapbook or artsy related, and maybe do that. But anyway, I just wanted to share it because I promised that I was going to share it on my channel. So check out your local library. They even had bags now. If you want to do like a book club, you can pick up a book. They have like 10 books in there, and the questions that you can ask your book club. So it was just kind of nice. You know, we've been going back to the library the last couple of months, but it was the first time I had the opportunity to participate in any of their art classes before. So yeah, so that's my little zine, Mr. Garfield, and this was their little zines and how it works and how to do a mystery bag to make a zine. So that could be fun. So anyway, thanks for liking, watching, and subscribing, and I dare you to be creative. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.